Humans need proper sleep to maintain physical and brain health because it allows the body to recover through rest, and the body performs the repairs from activities during the day when you are awake and active. There's a cycle of sleep that you go through that starts with a lighter sleep known as non-rapid eye movement or non-REM sleep. After this, the body goes into a deeper sleep, and this is known as rapid eye movement or REM sleep. This deeper sleep is where we have our dreams. The recommended amount of sleep for adults is 7 to 9 hours a night. Have you heard of sleep deprivation? When we're not getting the proper amounts of sleep that our body requires, it is called sleep deprivation. The recommended amount of sleep per night for adults is 7 to 9 hours. Sleep is proven to help our body get rid of waste in the fluid in our brain and spinal cord through something called the glymphatic system, which is the system that includes many vessels that clears the waste from our brain and spinal cord, mostly during sleep. Recent studies suggest that the glymphatic system may be interrupted, causing a problem that contributes to some diseases of the brain. It is shown that this system works best when we are asleep. If you are not sleeping enough, these wastes will build up and cause high levels of poisonous substances that are specific products that are bad for your brain and overall health. Sleep is also needed in order to have a healthy immune system. Your immune system is the part of your body that works to fight off infection and illness. It does this by producing cells that respond to the infection to help fight them off and prevent the illness. Sleep helps the body to rebuild antibodies, which are proteins found in your blood and in your immune system that will help create a memory of these infections so that if you come into contact with this specific infection again, you will be immune to it, meaning you won't get sick. Therefore, sleep allows the body to use more of its energy towards the immune system that can fight the infections better. Without this proper recovery, you will get sick and start to feel bad because your body can't produce those immune cells. So how do you know if you're getting enough sleep? Although you may not be getting the 7 to 9 hours per night, there are still ways to know whether or not you're getting enough sleep. If you have any of the following occur during your day, you may be lacking sleep. Things such as feeling sleepy during the day, or not having enough energy throughout the day, feeling higher stress and anxiety, having a shorter attention span, thinking slower, feeling like your memory isn't good, all show that you may be lacking sleep and that you need to get more sleep during the night. If you do, you will become healthier and you will start feeling better, less tired, and have more energy all throughout the day. Did you know that alcohol consumption affects your sleep? When people drink alcohol, they may fall asleep faster. However, the alcohol is being broken down and processed by an organ in our body that is called the liver, so that our bodies can get rid of it. When the alcohol is all broken down, it causes the amount of rapid eye movement or deep sleep to be decreased. People that drink are only getting a light sleep and their bodies are not getting as much time to repair and recover. Alcohol can worsen the effects of sleep apnea, which is a serious sleep disorder in which breathing repeatedly stops and starts, and insomnia, which is a sleep disorder that can make it hard to fall asleep and stay asleep. Alcohol also decreases performance the next day. Because alcohol affects people's sleep cycles, the amount of work that can be done the day after drinking is lower. Here are some teachings to help you with your sleep and stress.
So what are some things you can do to improve your sleep? Well, there are several things you can do, such as increasing your time spent in the sun during the day, limiting time spent on your phone, TV, computer, or other electronics. You can also decrease your amount of coffee and caffeine, especially if you're drinking at later times in the day. You can also try to avoid lots of naps during the day or longer naps during the day. And you must also make sure you limit your amount of alcohol intake. Also make sure you try to exercise during the day, and trying to stay consistent with the times you go to sleep and the times you wake up, as our circadian rhythm can get messed up if we don't do that. So what are factors that affect sleep? So stress builds up due to everyday life and worries and hard things that come along with everything that we do each day. We as humans like to overthink and rethink about all of our worries right before we go to bed, which makes us stay up longer and sleep less, which affects our sleep cycle again. What we eat and drink can affect how well we can go to bed and how well we sleep, including caffeine, high sugar, and alcohol intake. Foods high in fat before bed can affect deep sleep, which is called rapid eye movement or REM sleep. There are medical conditions that can make it more difficult to sleep because of the effects that they have on the human body. Some of these are cancer, heart failure, stroke, and Parkinson's disease. Shift-based work. Shifts that are randomly scheduled both that day and night can confuse the body's natural clock called the circadian rhythm, especially when rotating night and longer shifts, because we can keep changing our sleep and wake cycles.
Like nursing?
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Our bodies need exercise too. And there's many great exercises that we can do outside to get that natural sunlight, such as biking, walking, running, and just playing sports outside. We can also do inside activities of exercise in the gym, such as running, walking, weightlifting, which will also help your body, as long as you get the proper sleep and recovery that is needed after you work out. So what are some things that I can do to improve my sleep?
Well, that's a great question. There are several things you can do to improve your sleep, such as increasing your amount of time spent in the sun per day. You can also limit the amount of time you spend on your phone, computer, electronics, or TV. Another thing you can do is decrease your amount of coffee and caffeine, especially if you're drinking at later times in the day. You can also try to avoid lots of naps during the day or taking longer naps during the day. Limiting your amount of alcohol intake will also help as well. Making sure you exercise each and every day will also help you with sleeping. And make sure you're staying consistent with the times you go to sleep and the times you wake up, as that will help your sleep cycle.
So, what are factors that can affect sleep?
That's a great question. Some factors that can affect our sleep include stress. Stress builds up due to everyday life and the worries and hard things that come along with everything we do each day. We as humans like to overthink and rethink about all of our worries right before we go to bed, which makes us stay up longer and sleep less, which affects our sleep cycle. What we eat and drink can also affect how well we get to bed and how well we sleep. Some things that we want to avoid before bed and during the day to help our sleep include caffeine, high sugar, and alcohol. Foods high in fat before bed can affect deep sleep, also called REM sleep or rapid eye movement sleep. There are also medical conditions that can make it more difficult to sleep because of the effects they have on the human body. Some examples of this are cancer, heart failure, stroke, and Parkinson's disease. Shift-based work. This is known as shifts that are randomly scheduled both day and night and can confuse the body's natural clock called the circadian rhythm. This will be affected especially when rotating night, day, and longer shifts because we keep changing our sleep and wake times, affecting our sleep cycles.
So how does consuming alcohol affect sleep?
It's a very interesting question. When people drink alcohol, they fall asleep faster. However, alcohol is being broken down and processed by an organ in our body that we call our liver, so that our bodies can get rid of it. When alcohol is broken down, it causes the amount of deep sleep or rapid eye movement sleep to be decreased. People that drink are often getting only light sleep because their bodies do not get as much time to repair and recover. Alcohol can worsen the effects of sleep apnea, which is a serious sleep disorder in which breathing repeatedly stops and then starts again. Or insomnia, which is a sleep disorder that can make it hard for people to fall asleep and stay asleep. It can also make your performance become decreased the next day, because alcohol affects our sleep cycles and the amount of work that we can do after the day we drink is lower.
So people need to repeat things over and over in order to form healthy habits, which are behaviors that come without even thinking about. And this is exactly what you should do to reschedule your sleep. Sleep routines run off our internal 24-hour clock called our circadian rhythm, which tells our bodies to get sleepy at one time and alert at another time. You need to pick a bedtime and a waking time and stick to it in order to create a healthy sleep schedule. Make sure that you are providing yourself with a proper amount of sleep for recovery. Limit or stop alcohol and caffeine intake before bed and make sure that you stick to your sleep schedule. Sadly, this means that you might not get to use the snooze button on the alarm clock. So in order to help your body out so that it can produce the natural chemicals that help us relax and sleep, you really want to stop using the computer, smartphone, or tablet at least 1 to 2 hours before you want to go to sleep. Stay at least 6 feet away from the television when watching TV because the bright lights in the room can affect your sleep, so you want to make sure that you turn them off before going to bed. And in the daytime, make sure that you get some natural sunlight because it helps our bodies produce melatonin at the right times at night because our bodies get into a rhythm. So you have to take the right steps in order to make the correct changes and get a regular sleeping pattern down so that you may evolve into a better version of yourself. Wow, that was so informational, learning about healthy sleep habits. So do you have a proper sleep schedule?
This is melatonin. When you take it, it helps cause sleepiness and decreases the amount of time that it takes to fall asleep.
So this is magnesium. Magnesium helps to activate your nervous system, which allows the body to relax. By relaxing our nervous system, this will help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
So this is valerian root. Valerian roots helps reduce the amount of time it takes to get to sleep by lowering anxiety. It helps your body sleep better because it has natural antioxidants. Antioxidants are substances that protect our body cells from molecules that can cause harm to the body. And this helps keep the body in a calmer state.
This is lavender. It helps increase your light sleep, and it helps your body slow down and relax your muscles and your heartbeat so that you go to sleep faster. People say they have more energy the next morning.
Another product is Skullcap. Skullcap reduces anxiety and stress effects by calming the nerves in the body. This makes your body feel more relaxed and make it easier to get to sleep.